Okay, we're live. Let's get Alita in this room. I wonder if you guys can still hear me while I'm searching for her. But here, I'm like, what is today? Today's Thursday. Happy Thursday. I'm confused about the day. There she is. That was quick.
Hi, that was quick.
Hi.
Hi.
I was just saying happy Thursday. I'm just like, I don't know what day it is. Hi, Allison. She was she was ready. She was ready for us today.
Hey, good. Yeah.
Um,
Hi. Thanks for joining.
so yeah, I'm kind of like, what day is it? Where am I at this moment? Just
Hi,
because
right?
it's
What time
been
zone are you on?
I'm back on the East Coast. I'm back. Thank goodness. So I'm still adjusting, which is funny, as we're talking about this, ambitious woman and just, tips and things like that.
Yeah.
I kind of chuckled to myself this morning because of course I've been on uh, Pacific time for the last, I don't know, 11 days. So this morning, I tried to like reintroduce myself. Normally, I'm able to do it pretty easily and just get back on, but this morning it was like, no. So I thought about it just with this topic. I was like, you know what? To really be successful at what I need to do today, rest is the top of my list. So I snoozed a little longer than I had planned, skipped my workout and got my rest.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm I'm trying to prioritize, and the sleep took higher priority than anything else this morning. So
I feel you, and I'm very proud of you for making that decision. And I too took a rest day. Um, I
why did you take a
started
rest day?
I started to do a workout, but then it's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like my mind was like, what are you doing?
Don't
No,
do it because you're fabulous now. You can do a little hair toss, I
yeah,
see.
right? Got the little hair going on
Very
there.
cute, very cute, very cute.
But I
Um,
like that though. Sleep is important. I think that so many women like I don't know why they put this at the bottom of their lists. Like, I mean, when you talk about even like aging well and, just really keeping your body, allowing for recovery and restoration and keeping your mind
mhm,
um, in the right place. Sleep,
is
mood.
key.
Yeah, sleep is key. Like I could definitely
Sleep
tell
is
the
key.
difference between a day when I didn't get rest and a day that I did. There is a big difference.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And you're much better for it the next day after. So
absolutely.
take take the
Absolutely.
rest.
Yeah,
Take the
yeah.
rest.
That's good. So, okay. So we're talking about ambitious women. And, we didn't want to talk about, we're not going to talk about, nutrition and what you need to do. You all know that you need to eat better. Like we know,
You know that you need to eat better. You know
right?
that.
I mean, we know, you need to exercise. We know this already. Like it's a gazillion times that you've been told you need to eat well and you
Right.
need to exercise, right?
Hmm.
Well, we were hoping that we could just kind of share some other things but I think sleep is one of them on the list, but just a list of what our life hacks are as I'd consider us both ambitious women, uh, busy, ambitious women that want to do a lot of things and want to accomplish a lot of things and are not sorry about that. But with that, I think that you have to prioritize, and health is important, um, and it needs to be on the top of that list. And this goes for men too. It's not just women.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So the other thing on my list is one of the things I've been having these conversations lately with some of my friends, and I was thinking about like, okay, what are these running themes
Hmm.
that I think are other life hacks towards living a healthier life, and we're not just talking about your waistline. We're talking about all aspects of your health and well-being, your emotional health, wellness, your psychological fitness, and even like your heart health and all of those good things. But we're talking about the full gamut. and your spiritual health also. So one of the things that came up was, hey, letting go of the past. Um, I have made it a goal for myself not to um, repeat the things that I did in my teens, in my 20s, in my 30s, and carrying those things like the past hurt from relationships, or maybe your growing up wasn't the best
Mm-hmm.
for you. Maybe you had some trauma in the past, and I don't downplay those things, but we're talking about our other life hacks to living a healthier life as we move forward. And one of those things is letting go of the past. So
Mm-hmm.
that means seeing a therapist, and dealing with some of those things and figuring out how to have, um, these really effective strategies that will allow you to move forward, how you talk to yourself, the boundaries that you have, the people that you allow in your life,
Right.
those triggers that pull you back, like back all the way back. It's like,
Right.
okay,
Right.
how many times are we going to learn this lesson? Um,
Right.
so yeah, what do you think?
No, I agree. And just paying attention to, some of the common themes that may come back up, things that you might like, why am I going through this again? And trying to remember, okay, what happened the last time, and using some of those things that you did to maybe help you get past it, right? Or as we get older, I think sometimes our tolerance for things change. And so, just realizing that the way you handled something in the past might be vastly different now, right? Like your level of like dealing with the BS might be real low, right? Like back, when you were younger, you might just have said, "Oh, whatever, I'm gonna go. It's okay. I'll get over it." Now you're like, "Nope, I'm gonna bring this, to your attention immediately." And or figure out, do I need to remove myself from the situation? Because
Yeah,
I think that when you were younger, sometimes you're like, well, I guess I have no choice, right? I'll just take it. And now it's just like, nope, there's not, I don't need, there's not, the relationship I have with myself is just more valuable than any other personal relationship, that if it's causing me harm, right? So it's just like, okay, let me move on if I need to. And then just, as you said, thinking about getting rid of, or getting past the things that happened in the past. When you're dwelling in the past, that's kind of setting you up for depression, right? So the saying is, if you're living in the past and you're focused on that, you may be depressed. If you are so concerned about what's going to happen in the future, or you're feeling anxious, that's going to give you anxiety about the future. But you really have to start to focus and be in the present. And of course, you're planning and you're making arrangements and, thinking about your future, but you're not stressing over it where it's causing you angst every day and you're feeling like, oh my goodness, or where you're dwelling on the things that happened in the past, where you're starting to feel sad and think, well, why didn't I do X, Y, and Z differently? You really have to use your past experiences as something that can help propel you, and use it as an example for you in your current, and then of course for your future.
right. I totally agree. Um, so the second thing I was thinking about, is making better choices. And so I think that applies to, again, all aspects of your life. But I was just thinking, like, life, and this kind of ties into the first one, but life is too short.
Hmm.
Um, and, what I've learned is that the choices that I make will impact my future, could impact my future in a positive way or in a negative way. But it is important for me to be mindful of the choices that I make. Be it choosing, you can choose to live a healthier life. You can choose to set boundaries, relationship boundaries, even boundaries with yourself. You can choose to be more disciplined.
Hmm.
You can choose to take actions to make your life better. Um, and so for me, it was just making better choices is definitely uh, the path towards living a healthier lifestyle.
Absolutely. And sometimes you have to remind yourself as you're going through things, to stop and think before you may say something, so that you make the better choice. And the choice has to be one of that's coming from something from yourself, right? Like we shouldn't be making choices that because we think other people would like that, or as long as it obviously relates to your life, right? Like I'm not going to make a choice to do something or not do something because I think, well, what will that person say? Like you have to really think about making a choice for yourself. How will that impact you? Of course, not being without thought of those that are important to you, right? Because those things still have to be considered. But at the end of the day, you definitely want to make sure that the choice is yours. And, it's obviously something that will help you along the way and not harm you, of course.
Right. I'm thinking about some of the better choices that I made. My living space.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to have just a different vibe in my living space. So the choice was to take the furniture that I had and move it into this place, or transition. And so I decided to transition to something that I knew would be welcoming and that I would enjoy. And, I, you know, um, really those pieces were pieces that I loved. And, I don't consider myself a designer, so I definitely ran a few things by folks, you being one of them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But it was a choice. It was a choice on how to make my space inviting for me and for others too.
Right. And of course that, it's like again that you're thinking about other people, but your primary focus is how can this space be something that I will enjoy? You're in it all the time. It should be something that you actually, want to come in and be comfortable and of course feel wanting to bring in other people as well. So I think that's a good choice. I'm trying to think, I don't know. I think just recently some of my choices, including obviously being able to travel with my family, which is it's a pleasure. It also is it's a lot of work, right? And but it's definitely a choice because it gives me the opportunity to connect with them. I did make a conscious choice to not live where my family lives just for work reasons and just social life and things like that, but it is lovely that I can still connect with them, travel, and enjoy. And and then just thinking about that, their lifestyle is obviously a little bit different than mine, right? So my routine includes working out. It includes I might want to take a walk, just some of the things that I want to experience when I travel. And so if they're not ready to do those things or they want to sleep in, I make the choice to get up for myself, or I know whatever we're doing that day, I know I need to make the choice to get up and do what I want to do, whether it be just taking a walk to get coffee or if it's actually going to the gym. I make the choice for myself to add that in to the rest of the routine with the family. So I'm not sacrificing anything. I'm still able to get in the things that help me. And again, it's not just for the physical, just for me being able to go to the gym or again take that walk. It helps me mentally. It prepares me for my day. It just allows me to be able to manage.
Your sanity.
Yes, exactly. So like it's better for me if I just take this little bit of time for myself and get it in. And I think that's also too like spending the last 11 days. We're like, we're a close family, right? Anyway, but I like to have a little bit of time. As much as people think I'm this huge extrovert, like I don't always need to, like I don't get my energy from people. My energy is literally just inside, but I also need to like take a minute to recharge and not like always be on. So it's nice to have the ability to like, have that time for myself. And it just, again, helps me live things and be all good throughout the day. So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, that's good. I was thinking about these are real life things. I know that other people have these same situations traveling with family, creating your own space and being
Hmm.
setting those things up and moving and where you're living and just those are choices that you make and the way what you choose to do can make or break this journey towards healthy living. I don't know about make or break, but you know, it can make it easier,
Right.
it can make it harder.
Right.
Um,
True.
but
And
I
I
was,
just with that, I with the things you consume also, right, can really impact how you feel, how you know, just how you operate in general. Like you really need to be mindful of the things you consume, whether it be social media, your friends that you're around, TV, like all that stuff really does, you know, have an impact. And we can choose. We can choose to unfollow, we can choose to, you know, block or whatever. Like you've got a choice.
and it's okay. it's,
Totally fine. Totally
it's
fine.
totally okay.
Don't block us though.
I was thinking about another example. So I had a friend that was celebrating and like an accomplishment, and so they decided to like have do like their own little bar crawl, and you know that's just not where I am right now. I'm just not there, and that's okay. And you know, I just decided, you know, hey, instead of like doing this bar crawl, which I knew at the end I wasn't going to be happy with, it's just not me,
Hmm.
not me anymore. So, you know, I just decided to like pick one place, meet them. I ate before, and just decided that that day I just wasn't gonna like for that. I just didn't want to do anything, but I did want to celebrate. And but I chose to set some boundaries around how I would engage, and you know, we had fun. We had
And
fun.
that's all that matters. And that's the thing. The boundaries are key because not everybody wants to do the same thing, right? Like, you know, if that's not something you enjoy, you still are able to come and participate in some way, but you can make the exit and then the party can continue on.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I don't need to explain it, and I don't need to like tell them why they shouldn't be doing a bar crawl. I that
Right.
has
Because you can't stop a good bar crawl, Alita. Like, don't
no,
do that. All right.
no.
As the kids tell me, or maybe I tell them, or they started telling me, don't yuck my yum. Um, because there's always something I'm eating and they're like, what's that? So but I think to them, like I'm like, I don't want that. So don't yuck somebody's yum. Don't yuck their
Right?
yum.
I won't do that. I won't yuck your yum. So, but don't yuck mine either. You
Right,
know.
exactly.
Um,
Exactly.
but
Exactly.
so okay, the next thing was, and this is a little different, but I thought that it's something that I'd explored over the last two, almost 3 years, is buying plants.
You have become quite the plant lady.
I have. I love
Hmm.
my plants. They definitely bring life to the space. It's proper care and feeding, or you're going to have dead plants. You know, it's I love to see them grow. I think it
Hmm.
like reminds me of even myself. Proper care and feeding of the self allows you to grow. I think that there's like I love to see the amazing colors and shapes of the plants, but it's just almost calming too. So, you know, and it actually makes you stop. Like you actually have to stop and water, feed these plants. And I think that before I was like, I don't want to deal with these plants. I ain't got time for that. But you do have time. It's prioritizing yourself. But I think that having plants in my space just allows me to feel, for me, this is me as an ambitious woman, you know, and I encourage other women to get a plant or two or three or
But
four
find the right plant,
or five
okay? Because
or six.
you can't get like a peace lily and
Right.
think you're gonna keep it alive. And you might, but
Yeah.
like I have this monstera who she's really flourishing right now. Um, I repotted her. She's really lovely and does not require a lot of, you know, like care and feeding. So it's perfect, you know, if I'm traveling, been gone for the last 11 days, and then I was gone before that. I don't even know at this point. But it's really nice because I think maybe every 3 weeks she might want water. I gave her some water last night and she sucked it up. She was super happy, but still flourishing. So you
Yeah.
just have to find the right thing, right? Like the Monstera, she's great. But again, the lily, like I don't know. I think you have to give it like droppers of water. So
I
you,
know, right?
You don't want that.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. Know what kind of plant you're getting.
Yes.
Otherwise, it's just not. That might be more hassle
Right.
than it's worth. But
And if that's not it, something else, right? Like, I don't know.
yeah,
I became a gardener, although I've been a family of gardeners for a very long time. With the pandemic, I was like, I'm gonna be a gardener now. It lasted that one, whatever that was, summer, and then it's now gone. And I think it was like, again, my brain was like, all right, I'm over this already. But
you have to try
fine.
something new, right?
Exactly. Find the thing that
Yeah,
I had to try it. Like, I can't not try. I think that's, the thing. That's another thing I think we were thinking about is just trying things, not being afraid to do things and not holding yourself back, right? I feel like we can limit ourselves with fear and you just kind of stuck in a place where it's just like, well, what do I don't know that. I don't know anything about that. And
yeah,
for me, I'm like, well, I might not know anything about it, but there's always the internet or friends or, I try to make sure I've got at least somebody who knows something more than I do in some area, right? So I can like tap on them or go to, the interwebs and figure it out. But like, we can't hold ourselves back from joy and excitement and new experiences because you're afraid, right? Like, you can't let those things hold you back. We have to just maybe, take a small step. You don't have to go, balls to the wall. I could be, I'm like, I don't know, but I'll just do it, right? Not everybody wants to do that. Sometimes you got to put your little toe in and then like tiptoe in,
yeah.
but do something. Like, don't just stay in one place, stuck.
Absolutely. And being stubborn because you um, don't want to be in a space of learning. You always want to know everything. And sometimes it feels good as an ambitious woman or professional to just step back and not know it all and
Right.
not be responsible for it and let somebody else teach you. And you just
Listen.
take it in, and just take it baby steps. Sometimes that can be so soothing and relaxing and de-stressing to just learn something new, have some fun with it, and just not know it all. I think that just creates space for joy and and love of life, and growth in the
Absolutely.
mindset.
100%.
Yeah. All right. So the other one, I was like, well, you need to get organized. Like if you're, I'm
That's not on my list.
always. That's not on your list.
It's not on my list. Anybody who knows me knows it's on my list. I mean,
Yeah.
but put it on yours.
But
It
you're
would be
organized. You are organized. You're
in a,
organized in a planning sort of way.
oh yeah, for sure. Planning,
Yeah.
absolutely. But
Yeah.
like
So, right.
organizing
But
my shit, no.
organizing your space, organizing, and everything is not meant for everyone, but some of you need to just sit back and organize your space. You got
Mm-hmm.
panties everywhere. You got dirty dishes in the sink that get in there for like 5 days. There is no way
Well, that's
that
nasty.
you're
That's
going to
nasty.
be, well, I'm just saying, like, busy women running in and out of the house. You might have a lot going on. I really don't see the connection between not having an organized, somewhat organized, and we're not defining what organized is, but if you have stuff everywhere and you haven't thrown things out and you're just like, there's just no space for health and well-being. Your
And if you need
mind.
help, there are people to help with that. There are people to
Absolutely,
help.
absolutely. Get some help. I'm not saying you do it because you're busy. You don't have time for all that, and obviously you don't have time for all that. But get yourself organized.
Yes, yes. No, I
It's
know.
gonna
I
lighten the
I'm
day.
I 100% will be tapping. I've already talked to her. Her name is Doris. I don't know her handle now because I can't, which would be helpful. But she's definitely like organizing queen. I'm like, please come organize. I know you have a organizing.
My line sister Tiffany,
I'm
yes,
like,
yes, at Dog Face, yeah, she's
like
on
that
here
is
too. So yeah, she is like She can take it from your brain and just say, what's your style, what's your personality, and create a system for you. So I would say that, and I will tell you that I felt so much better because as an ambitious woman, um, you kind of want to have everything in order, and sometimes you're beating yourself up in your head about
Hmm.
this needs to be organized. Oh, I need to clean these dishes. Oh, I didn't do that. Oh, I got to pick up. And it's like, take some of that off. You don't
Take it
have to.
off.
You can have someone come in and do these things. It is okay. It is
Yep,
okay.
that I will give it away. I will let someone else do it. You can be the expert. Like, yes, yes, please. Yes, please.
Yes, yes. And okay, I know this is a silly one, but it kind of ties in to let someone else do it for you. So
I'm waiting on what this is. But
I'm gonna say get a BBL. If it makes you feel better, get a BBL. I mean, do what you got to do to make yourself feel better. And
am I supposed to be laughing? Am I not supposed to be laughing right now? Oh, okay.
get
Sorry.
some lashes or like whatever, some extensions, or get a
Okay.
little. I mean, I'm just saying. We said this wasn't going to be, but I know we know people that got BBLs and they feel a little bit better. Like sometimes you need a little bit of motivation. Now I'm not saying get the BBL and you not do anything with it, because you're going to end up, maintenance is going to be like just as expensive. And who wants to go under the knife? Like, I maybe other people do that, but I am not interested. But I'm just saying, take
I
things
I
off your plate. Get a
I
BBL.
never have I ever not had anything to say, but I have nothing to say. I will say that I got my nails done today and I support nail extensions very
See?
highly.
That's what I'm saying. You get your nails done, your eyelash done, you get your hair done, get a little laser in here and there, get a little waxing here and there. I'm just saying, these are things that can help you feel a
Sorry,
little
I
bit
can't stop laughing.
better.
I agree. I'm down. I'm down for the wax. I'm down for the Invisalign on the teeth.
Right?
But honestly, I'm sure if whatever someone wants, they can have. But there's still work that has to be involved in that thing.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
we won't even go down that
Yeah.
long long road. That long road.
I just be, it's, it is partly tongue in cheek, but because I believe in the natural BBL, you can give yourself your own BBL by just doing some of the other things that we talk about in the videos
Right.
that we've
Right.
gone through.
Right.
But hey, I mean, if that's gonna get you jump started on, like, whatever else is going on and feeling free and feeling like you're making choices for yourself, do that.
Do you, boo?
Do you, boo?
Oh Lord. Well, listen. Because I'm such an ambitious woman, I have to
You got
drive
stuff
to
to do.
another state today.
Are you going to
Yeah.
North Carolina?
Yep.
Oh
Yep.
wow.
Yep.
Today.
Yep. I
It's
am.
today.
So one day I will stop moving, and that will probably be a sad
What
day.
that
Sad
which
day.
that will be the day there will be no more moving.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So,
It's okay. I think that's okay. You do you do what you do. You took your rest. But this is like the ambitious woman's life. She's going, but you have to know when to stop. You have to know, um, putting those boundaries in place. Feeding yourself healthy nutrition is going to help energize you. You
yes,
know. So,
absolutely. Absolutely. But yes, I'm excited for
all
all of
right.
you ambitious women. Are there any other, I don't know, if there's something that you guys are doing, I would love to hear them. We definitely want to hear any tips that you are implementing in your life, or if there are things that you're like, what do I do? Or how do I, get past this? Drop it in the comments.
Drop it in the comments. All right, y'all.
Till
Drive
next week.
safely.
Thanks.
All
Bye.
right. Bye.